Don't you know that the trucking industry is worth billions? Yo. Oh, my bad. So if you don't know who I am, I'm a hotshot Bennii. I started in the truck industry about 4 to 5 years ago, doing hotshot with my dad, hence the name, Hotshot Bennii. Grew into the semi-trucks, got a Peterbilt, got 2 Peterbilts actually, got an owner-operator, and we have another owner-operator that's on the way, and we're still currently running one of our hotshots. Say something about, you gotta be here for the package. So the truck industry is worth so much right now. Why is it so bad right now? One of the main reasons is fuel. If y'all don't know, fuel is up by $1.58 now compared to last year. Me as an owner operator, what I like to try to combat the fuel prices right now, I use RTS to locate fuel. You can locate fuel in your nearby areas, so that way you can get fuel. With all that being said, whatever happened to the diesel shortage, the spot market? You know, the spot market can be different for everybody. You know, you got your dry vans, you got your reefers, you got your flatbeds, you got your step decks, you got your heavy hauls. You got everybody out there. But I know the flatbed for certain, the spot market rate went down by 7%. And then your reefer spot market, that rate went down by 18.7%. So it went down. It didn't increase, it went down. So that means the rates per mile went down by 18.7% for the reefer and 7% for the flatbed. So I know a lot of guys, especially like my pops, he was dispatching for some flatbeds, and he just couldn't find good loads. You know, Jade, she's behind the camera, she also dispatches as well. The loads just weren't there. They just weren't there. And I mean, they're there, trust me, they're there, but they're not paying what you want them to pay. I know a couple guys who I've talked to on Instagram and DMs, they've also spoken about what their rates are like, saying that they can barely find a load for over $2 a mile right now. But why is that the case? But yet the revenue for the actual trucking industry went up by, what was it? It was 10%? It went up by 10% since last year. So you mean to tell me the money that the trucking industry as a whole brings in went up 10%, but the flatbed rates went down and the reefer rates went down? And I'm of course pretty sure everybody else's rates, like the dry van and everybody else's rates went down. So why is it that the revenue has increased but the rates are going down? Not only are the rates down for, like I said, the reefer, I gave you the numbers for the reefer and the flatbed. Not only are the rates down on the spot market for most owner operators, because most owner operators work off the spot market. If you're a company that has 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 trucks, probably up to 5 trucks, let's say, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be on the spot market. Some people might have direct shippers, some people may be blessed to have different opportunities, but most people are on the spot market. If you don't know what the spot market is, that is DAT, that is truck stop, the little stuff the little boards you can use on your phone, stuff like that. Fuel, like we were talking about just a minute ago, fuel is up 41% compared to, I think it was 2021 or 2020, now 2022. Fuel is up 41%, 41% compared to what it was a few years ago. And then the rates are down by 18% and 7%, but fuel is up 41%. And then on top of that, like I just said, the revenue is increased by 10%. So where's all the money going? Going back to talking about the revenue that's actually being pulled into the trucking industry as a whole. So the compound growth rate has increased by 10.4%. That's basically, in my opinion, from my understanding, it's the growth of the trucking industry, like I said, as a whole. That means your brokers, the trucking industry, the carriers, the the ports, everybody that's bringing in money into the trucking industry as a whole. We have been able to, I think it was like, if I'm correct, it went from $1,680 something billion to $1,860 something billion in less than a year. The revenue basically of the trucking industry as a whole has grown 10% since last year. Yeah, where's all the money going? Why is it that brokers are giving us loads for, I'm gonna say it, my dad was on the hot shot maybe about 2 weeks ago. He was taking a load from Ohio to like New Jersey, something like that. I think they were trying to give him like $1,400. Sometimes the shippers would like to talk too, because you know, at the end of the day, the shippers are the one they get abused too sometimes. So the shipper was like, yeah, we're paying $4,000 to ship this from here to there. So the rate is posted for $1,400, but the shipper is shipping it for $4,000. How much is the broker getting? The broker is taking like a high percentage for doing nothing but booking loads on a computer. Even the loads that we get, we got a direct shipper. He's a really good guy, and he told us it straight up. I wish I could have him on the phone so he can actually tell you. He might do it one day. That might be something we put on the channel. From Georgia all the way up to Wisconsin, it was 2 jet engines. How much he paid us for it? I said the one with Kojo or the one with me? He said the one with him. The one with Kojo. That's another driver that we have on the team. He said the one with Kojo. Oh yeah, they gave us $12,000 for that. He was like, okay, yeah. He said, guess how much he told me he got the load for? He got the load for $16,000. So for us to take a load, it's not an oversized. It's not an overweight, nothing like that, over dimension or anything like that. It's a regular load. I think it weighed like 9,000 pounds in total. We got 12,000 and he got 4,000. I mean, that percentage might be a little bit better than most, but he took home $4,000 for the week off of one truck for the week as a broker. I think we should be getting a little bit more out of that. And a lot of people say, well, you can't get mad at the brokers. It's the game that we play. I'm like, there's a lot of things that go on that the carriers are at the bottom of the totem pole. We're at the bottom. Why are we at the bottom? If there was no such thing as carriers, owner operators, drivers, company drivers, this country would go down in the drain. It would just, what's the right here? What's the right word? Burn in flames. Give me something. Plummet. What's next? Maintenance. So $15,000 a year annually is what you're probably going to spend on maintenance on your truck. That's just roughly, I think that's about average, for most people. But that's not including the maintenance, the breakdown that you might have. You may have 4 to 5 breakdowns throughout the year, or you might have more, you know what I mean? So you got to go into that. Now understand this, parts alone have went up by 8% since the past year. 8% in cost for parts. Not to mention, some of these parts are not even available. Like as soon as you want them, you may have to wait a week, 2 weeks, you may have to wait a couple months just to get the parts. Also, the cost of maintenance at a shop when you break down has went up by 10%. A lot of these guys now are charging 10% more to fix your truck or to work on your truck compared to what it was last year. So everything is going up, but the rates are going down. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm gonna say again, the overall trucking industry revenue has gone up by 10.4%. So now you gotta start thinking about the drivers as well. Even your company drivers, and also even your owner operators and stuff like that. I know there's been a lot of companies out there. You guys can do the research yourself. A lot of companies that had 400, 500, 600 something trucks, and they all went out of business. You'll hear about the bad stories where the field car will just stop working, and then your dispatcher or your handler will call you, or whatever they call them, will call you, or your manager, whatever, and be like, cease all work. You know what I mean? So there's been horror stories of companies just leaving their drivers stranded because of the situations the company may be in. Then you got your owner operators. They're the ones who are taking on a lot of the impact as well. And then you also have the people that they lease on to. Some people get charged 30%. Some people don't see their Raycons. Some people don't, they don't even know exactly what they're paying for. You know what I mean? It can get that ugly out here. You don't even know what you're paying for. And not only that, the cost of living has gone up across America. Especially in Georgia where I'm from. I know our last apartment was like, for 1 bedroom, you're paying like anywhere between $1,000 to maybe $1,300 for that apartment, and then it's skyrocketed for 1 bedroom. It's like $1,700 now. For a standard 2-bedroom in the city, or even close to the city of Atlanta, you're paying at least $2,200 for a standard 2-bedroom for something nice. Now, of course, even if you go down to something a little like little downgrade, you're still paying a decent amount of money for a 2-bedroom apartment. Food is not there like it used to be because of, just the whole pandemic that happened and everything going on with the ports that they said at the time that was going on. A lot of food shortage on certain things. Think about it. If you got an employee or a driver, just anybody, owner operator, anything, the rates are bad. The cost of living has went up. The fuel has went up. Brokers don't want to give us no good loads. So let's say you're a company driver and you had plans to come over into the owner-operator division of whatever, or lease on or whatever. The cost of trucks have skyrocketed. My truck, we bought our truck for $35,000. That truck is easily worth $70,000 now. Trucks that we saw online, they were posted for like 40, 50,000. Easily going for $80,000 right now, $90,000 right now. Insurance has gone up, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that factor that goes against the carrier, goes against the person who's actually driving the freaking vehicle. And it sucks. But like I said in the beginning of the video, revenue for the threshold of the entire trucking industry as a whole has went up by 10.4%. Then now in California, if you can't even lease on. You can't even lease on. So now the people who were leased on to companies, let's say they weren't in the right position to start their own company, now they're out of luck. You know what I mean? If nobody ever taught them to dispatch a load, they're out of luck. You know what I mean? It's just, I mean, of course anybody can survive if you really want to. So where there's a will, there's a way. But there's a lot of things going on that's affecting the drivers, it's affecting the smaller guys, the carriers, you know, especially when it comes to the hotshot guys. I mean, I was in that field, I know. You know, fair to say, a lot of hotshots out there don't have all the knowledge that they need to have to haul certain loads, the freight or whatever, not proper securement, all different type of things like that. But, you know, it is what it is. It's almost like crabs in the barrel or the people at the bottom, you know, some things just can't be helped. That's what happens. You know, you got people like me that start YouTube channels and, you know, show you my journey, and other people out there who show you their journey, and you see it and you think, oh, I can go do that too, and not thinking that this stuff costs money or this stuff actually takes some type of experience or something. Now, I've learned, I took my time. Like when I felt like a load wasn't properly secured, I strapped it down more. Some people will say it's common sense when it comes down to securing the load, but not everybody knows. Not everybody knows what it really takes to chain down a load. I just did the best that I could, and I learned over time through the comments that some of you guys have gave me, and just people that I've met on the road. Not everybody's gonna be as lucky as me. That's just real. You know, they're not. But it's tough times right now, man. So I know a lot of people are quitting. A lot of people are talking about they're sitting down in their trucks. A lot of people are, you know, just leaving, and rightfully so. I understand. You know, like it's shit's tough. You know, but not everybody has that liberty or has that luck to be able to, hey, I'm gonna just go sit my truck down, I'm gonna go do something else. We are right now, I'm gonna say it straight up, we are people where we can't just hop out the business. We will be belly up, and that's the truth, that's the reality. A lot of people are like that. A lot of people are in worse situations than we are. A lot of people don't have no money backing them. A lot of people are in debt. A lot of people are looking at numbers where it's just like, man, it's scary. A lot of people put a lien on their house and different type of stuff like that. So if you're blessed to be able, I wouldn't even say if you're blessed, if you're fortunate enough to have a situation where you have absolutely no overhead and you decide you want to sit your truck down, hey, by all means, do what's best for you. But somebody like me, even if we had zero overhead, I still would continue to drive. I love to drive. This is what I want to do. I can't picture myself doing anything else. This is what I love to do. But some people, like I said, don't have that option. They don't have the option just to turn everything in. They don't got it. They don't got that option. I also saw Coco's journey. I saw her rant on the situation, and that was a very impactful video, especially for the people to see, because this stuff out here is very stressful. It's very much so stressful. It's very much so, because, bro, you don't, like, even me, the other day my truck broke down. You don't know when your truck's gonna break down, especially if you got an old truck. You know what I mean? Even if you got a new truck. My man James, he went on the road the other day, our new owner operator, he went on the road the other day. The very first day he went out, within 300 miles, his truck broke down. That's a brand new 2018. It's only got like 400,000 miles on it. Things happen. My man Kojo, he's an owner operator as well. His truck right now is in Alabama because he had a chassis issue. His chassis actually cracked in half. So he had to spend like $20,000 to get a brand new chassis. My man, Big Country, another owner operator, his radiator broke one time. He had to spend $3,000 on a radiator. These are real things that really happen. There's no way around that. You're going to spend money. This is a serious topic. That's just real. It's tough right now. It's even tough for us. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Yeah, we get good loads because of how we book loads, but that's from time to time. It's not like, I say maybe like 75% of the month, of our quarter of our month, we're getting great loads. Other than that, I wouldn't even say 75%, I'll say 65%. I say 65% we're getting good loads. The other 35, hell yeah, I'm on point with the math. The other 35%, it's just shitty loads. My dad just took a shitty load the other day on the channel. It is what it is, man. It's reality, man. And I know a lot of people get mad, like, oh, this is smaller companies doing this. Man, at the end of the day, it's the bigger guys, man. It's always the bigger guys when it comes to anything. We don't got no say-so when it comes to this stuff. I know a trucking company right now that got 100-something trucks. They're asking us, hey, how do y'all dispatch y'all loads? They're the ones taking the dollar loads. They got dry vans. What loads do you think they're taking? They work off the spot market. I know a company right now got 100-something trucks. We don't do business with them no more, but they got 100-something trucks, and they off the spot market taking cheap freight. 100 trucks taking cheap freight. So I hate when people always be talking about, man, it's the smaller companies. No, it's never really the smaller person that makes anything. Do you make any rules? You watching this video right now, do you make any rules? Are you able to contribute to what the government got going on? Are you able to decide what the fuel is? Are you able to decide how much your rent is? No, it's never the smaller people, y'all. It's always the bigger people. So we always are beating up each other. We're not even our own friends. But I'm just saying, like, we're always trying to be in competition with ourselves as a team, as a unit, as a community. But everybody else is in our pockets. Everybody's in our pockets. I can count 5-6 people who don't put their hands in my pocket this week. We're not charging $4, $5, $6 a mile because we can. You know what I mean? We're not killing nobody. We the nice guys. The nice guys finish last, unfortunately. We the nice guys, and we finishing last. I love what Coco was saying. I'm bringing her back up because her video was very impactful. She was screaming it like, these people have paid a lot of money for these trucks. They don't put a lot of money into these trucks. And some of these people are losing their trucks, selling their trucks, their dream trucks, because they can't keep up right now. Rent's too much, mortgage too much now, or mortgage private, whatever, or whatever. The fuel is too freaking much. The maintenance is too much now. Rates ain't out there. Loads ain't out there. Direct shippers ain't paying what they used to pay because they can go put on the load board and pay whatever. You know, all different type of things go into it now. It's not fair to us, and a lot of people have to wake up and see that. I don't know what the next move is, but just keep moving forward. I wish I had a solution, but us as a community, we got to start treating each other right. That's the way to start it. Just me and you. If you watching the video right now, I'm talking to you. Hey man, you know, we got to start treating each other good, better. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see a load on the load board, I know sometimes you can't, you got to take some things sometimes. But for the majority of the time, 90% of the time, you need to be taking better loads than what you're doing before. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're crying about something that's always been the same. We're just feeling it a lot more now this year because of everything that's going on, the pandemic, fuel, all this shit they're talking about, driver shortage, fuel shortage, whatever. All this stuff that's going on, we're feeling it a lot more than we have felt it before. But before, it was the same crap. Every year it's the same thing. Stuff gets slow, rates get bad. You know, it's the same thing every single year, except everybody is really feeling it this year. And of course, a lot of people want to point fingers and blame people and be like, oh, it's because we got all these new people in the game. There's new people in the game every single year. I think for 1 week or 1 month alone, right? Didn't you see something where there was like 600 something authorities filed. There was 900 companies that went out of business in the same week. I think it was like the same week or the same month. One of those, and that's just in Georgia alone. But I mean, what can we do to change it? That's the thing. What can we do for 2023? I think 2023 is going to be a good year. I think it's going to really hit hard, and I think you got to be prepared because it's the same thing what happened with the flatbed. Look at the flatbed now. The flatbed was fantastic. Everybody loved the flatbed. The flatbed was hitting. We didn't even have the semi truck yet on the road. We was upset. Everybody talking about flatbed loads of this, flatbed loads of that. Man, this flatbed load paying is good. I get $4, $5 a mile. I'm like, God damn, I want to get up in there. I want to touch that. As soon as we get our step there, guess what happened? Flatbed went to shit. Am I gonna tell anybody to get into the game right now? Hell no. I'm gonna be straight up. No. Right now, it's not the time. It's not the time because it's not, I'm gonna say, even if you got money, it's not the time. Because it's so much knowledge that you have to gather and learn. You're gonna have to go through so much trial and tribulations just to get to a certain level. This is 5 years, and guess what? Guess what we got to show for 5 years? We got 2 semis of our own. We got 2 hot shots of our own. We got 1 hot shot trailer, 2 step decks, and then we got an owner operator, and we're about to have a second owner operator. That's all we got to show in 5 years. Now, to some people, that's a lot, but to us, that ain't shit. But I'm saying, when you get into the game right now, it's a learning curve. Even my homeboy the other day, he about to get some, get some shit going, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna just do the same shit your dad did. I'm gonna go get me an old ass truck like I already got. He got an old ass semi, and I'm gonna get me an old ass trailer. I'm gonna run the fuck out that shit." I'm like, "All right, cool. You can go run that." But it's not how it used to be. I can't say his name, but my homeboy. It's not how it used to be. That was 5, 6 years ago. You trying to do that right now? If your truck break down, they say $6,000 to fix your truck. What you gonna do? You gonna pay the $6,000, but then it's gonna break down 2, 3 months later. Then what? Then you gotta hit insurance. Then you gotta make sure you get loaded. If you're gonna be losing so much money, it ain't gonna make no sense. So I ain't telling nobody to get into the game. I'm telling you right now. And that's just facts. People gonna be like, man, but you said it was this and that when you first got on YouTube. Okay, yeah, that was 2 years ago. Right now, it ain't too great right now. Will it pick back up? Yeah, it will. Of course it will. It's just the pandemic hit and everything just, it took a big hit. It took a really, really big hit, y'all. So I just want y'all to understand, like, you know, right now just ain't the time. It's just not the time. And that's just facts, and I can't lie about that. But if you really want to do this, it's something that you really, really want to do, keep your eyes open. You know, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. You know what I mean? Check the prices of these trucks from time to time. Check these prices of a trailer from time to time. Trailer costs $40,000, by the way, if y'all ain't know that. $40,000, $50,000. Even for a damn big text, $30,000. So just check the market from time to time, see what's going on. You know, what you could do right now is, though, for a fact, which I've been preaching since I was even a hotshot, go get your CDL. Go get your CDL. Just secure your CDL. Just secure it. Shit, hell, if you don't want to go pay the money, go get your CDL through a company. Let them pay for your CDL. You can work for them for like 6 months to a year. So, but other than that, if anybody is out there, you're just now starting and you don't know how to get fuel. I know some people, I've been seeing them out there with their credit cards, or I've been seeing them out there with their debit cards or whatever. If you're trying to get fuel, RTS, you can click the link in my description. RTS, man, go ahead and get yourself a discounted rate through Hotshot Bennii with RTS, and they also do factoring. If you don't know what factoring is when you book a load on your trailer with DAT. You book that load on your trailer, it goes on your trailer, you take it from the shipper, you take it to the receiver, you drop it off the receiver. 9 times out of 10, you got to create an invoice and stuff like that, and you probably get paid within 30 days. But if you have a factoring company, you get paid within 24 hours or 48 hours if you drop it off by a certain amount of time, or just, you know, you can just say 48 hours. So RTS, it's in the description.
Yeah. Ay, counting these commas, we run it up. All of these hoes that won't come with us. Sipping that dirty, she getting real sloppy. Staying high, now she living the dreams. On the pants, Magello on me. Jolly Ranchers mixed it up with the lean. Johnny Dang, all my diamonds on fleek. Pop me a perk and she think I'm a geek. Hot in that land while you looking at me. Counting this money, you ain't on my team. Setting a plot, we running through schemes. Hundreds on hundreds on hundreds, I want me a million. I ain't gon' stop till I'm rich. Getting this money like Money Mitch. Promise again that I'll never switch. Yeah, she always talking, saying fashion overspend bars like I'm Donald Glover. It's my only turn, yeah, I'm taking over. I just got them bands, now she wanna dance. Hit her from the back, ain't no minute man. It's my only chance, we don't ride with snakes. Man, I'm going in, I don't need no breaks. Man, I'm going off, man, I'm going off.